Little trivia for you. There are only 4 sets of Owls in Division I. Temple, Rice, Kennesaw State, and Florida Atlantic, which romped to the greatest season in school history, and they're not done winning yet. I think FAU gets past Memphis and gives Purdue quite a scare in the round of 32 before bowing out.
The words of ESPN bracketologist aficionado Joe Lenardi. What's up, y'all? This your boy Derek Brent here of Strike7Sports.com. And tonight I'm going to quickly preview tomorrow's big game for the Memphis Tigers as they take on the Florida Atlantic University Owls of Conference USA. So you can pretty much say that this is a game is like a preview of what we could possibly see, or not possibly, but what we will see going into next season. FAU is one of 6 teams that are coming over to the AAC, the All American Conference, from the Conference USA. But tomorrow is they're still members. They'll be playing Memphis as members of Conference USA in the opening round of the NCAA tournament for the Tigers and Owls. The game will be played in Columbus, Ohio, which is home of the one of the spots for the East Regional. And if FAU is coming off their best season in program history, 31-3 record, won Conference USA title, the first ever and first ever NCAA tournament in a long time, in a long time, in almost a decade for this program. Memphis, you know the deal, you know the story. Second straight tournament appearance under Penny Hardaway. First conference title, AAC title under Coach Hardaway, and we'll finally start to see the vision of Hardaway and the program and his coaching staff. But tomorrow, they take on FAU. Memphis is an 8 seed. FAU is a 9 seed. Memphis is ranked 24th in the country. FAU is ranked 25. It's funny that Memphis got ranked the last week of the season. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. And teams prior to that, they had teams with identical records as Memphis ranked in the top 25. Ranked even, some of them ranked even within the top 15 with records identical to Memphis. But that's a different story for a different day. I'm glad that the Tigers are finally getting the recognition that they deserve, along with Penny Hardaway. But for this game, FAU, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a quick scouting report on this team. Just if you guys don't know anything about them, Florida Atlantic, they're 31-3, first to Conference USA, won the conference championship, first in school history. Pretty much steamrolled by the Conference USA for the most part. Had an 18-2 record. The 2 second best teams in that conference was North Texas and UAB. Those are also 2 programs that will be coming over to the American next season. The top scorer is Jonell Davis. Jalen Gaffney is their top assist leader. Rebounder is Valavit. I don't want to butcher this up. Vladislav Golden. And this team is their number from a number standpoint. They're winning the top 50 in a lot of categories, man. Here's a few of them right here. Points per game, 78.8. Rebounds per game, 38.7. 36 in the country. Points allowed is that's within the top 50 as well. I went to check the rankings website. Not assists, yeah, they're okay. But 25th ranked team overall. I looked at their game, quite a few of their games this year. Not looked at them, but look at their the scores of their games. There were like seven of them that were close games. The rest of them they just kind of like steamrolled past the competition. The three losses came against Ole Miss, a team that Memphis beat it soundly, but Florida Atlantic got beat soundly by Ole Miss. They squeaked by Florida by two. They took a L against UAB, but they avenged that one. They lost to Middle Tennessee State, and that was it. And they beat UAB again for the second time in the conference tournament, in the conference championship game to win that tournament. And they got their own. That conference had one bid to the NCAA tournament, and that was the conference champ. Whoever won the conference championship was getting in the tournament. So UAB had a really good record, a really good overall record at 26-9, and couldn't get into the tournament or North Texas. You know, but back to this game, man. Let me look at the roster real quick. Like I said, top scorers: Janelle Davis, rebounds 6.4 valid. Slav Golden. Um, Golden is also leading them in blocks as well, 1.2. Janelle Davis leads them in steal at 1.5. Jalen Gaffney an assist 2.5. Their second leading scorer is Elijah Martin at 13.2 points per game. So, from what I read on the scouting report, is that they don't have like a go-to one-two punch like Memphis has and Kendrick Davis and DeAndre Williams. They pretty much do their thing by committee. They do their thing by committee in a lot of these games. One night, 1 minute, one game would be Davis. Next game could be Gaffney or Martin or whoever. And these are the three top scorers right here. Gaffney, no, not Gaffney. Elijah Martin, Golden, and John Davis. Double figures. You know. And I'm gonna just go ahead and pull up just a little information on John Davis. Their leading scorer. He was the nominee. He was nominated for Mr. Basketball in state of Indiana. Led the school to his high school to four straight state championship games. No, it's the four straight state titles. Um, made it all Indiana all made Indiana State All Star team. In high school, he averaged 25 points, 10-point rebounds, 3.4 steals, 3.2 assists per game as a senior. So he's a sophomore right now. He is the top scorer. And I looked at his game log from this past season, and he's one of those type of guards. And I watched some highlights of him and how he plays in games. He's one of those type of guards. If he had to get into the transfer portal after the end of the season, he'd be a prime target for Penny Hardaway. 6'4", 203 pounds. Um, Love to attack the basket. Um, Dynamic playmaker. But he's a guy that can rebound. He's a really good rebounder from what I've read up on him. And I'm gonna pull up his game log real quick. Give me a second. Pull up his game log for John Davis. So he's not the leading scorer every night. He doesn't. You don't see the explosive output which you would usually see with what you would see with a guy like a guard like a Kendrick Davis. He puts up 18 points here and there, 18 points against in Middle Tennessee State in the tournament. West Kentucky had 14 points. Quarterfinal round against Louisiana Tech, 14 points. 17 points against Rice, 12 against UTEP. He is every now and then with him. He could put up 20 points, here and there, 25, 14. But he had this big outburst against UAB on January 5th. That was his season high, 36 points. His second best was this 25-point game against Middle Tennessee State. So what Memphis is gonna have to do, man, is um, defend this guy, effectively defend this guy. You know, do not allow him to attack the boards. You know, um, try to defend him without fouling. And we all know that Memphis struggles with that this year. You know, they got a little better as the season progressed, but in the beginning, on those opening months, Memphis was defending people, but was fouling. A lot of teams were going to the line. You know, and he's a really good free throw shooter. You know what I'm saying? 3-point shooting, eh. But other than that, man, UCF, man, their team, like I said, they're in the top 50 in some key categories, such as 3-point percentage, field goal percentage, pretty good defensively. They're ranked in the top 50 in that category. Pretty good at rebounding team as well. And Memphis is not a good rebounding team, and they're gonna have to deal with this that center, Gold V Vadavev Golden in this game. So what Memphis have to do to win this game, in my opinion, is do what they always have been doing for this entire season. Don't change up who you are now. Don't come up with a different game plan because you're playing against an opponent you're not familiar with. Play the game, like I've always said, play the game at the pace you want to be played at. You know, put the ball in Kendrick Davis' hand, get the ball in DeAndre Williams' hand, and drive to the lane and dominate this team. Defend on the perimeter. That's been an issue for Memphis as well. Don't allow these guys to get open shots because this is March Madness, man. This ain't, we'll get it right the next game. This ain't it because if you lose this game, that's it for this season. You going home. You gotta try again next year. This ain't it. You know, play defense especially on the perimeter, and not allow these guys to get open shots because this is March Madness. Anything can happen. Anybody can get it. We already seen today where Virginia, a fourth seeded team and a second seeded team in the tournament went home. Arizona went home against Princeton, a 15 seed, and I can't remember the name of the team that Virginia lost to, but it was on a buzzer beater. So you already got two highly ranked teams out of the tournament as well. And I went back and go check the scores real quick. You got Texas A&M, a 7 seed, losing to a 10 seed in Penn State. Texas A&M is that same team that Memphis put a beating on. And that was like the longest game ever when I was there, when I covered it. But yeah, Princeton took the L against no, Arizona took the L against Princeton. So they gotta come in this game locked in to win, and not veer from anything that has made you successful this year. And that's getting the ball in Kendrick Davis's hand, getting in DeAndre Williams' hand. Now it would help to have Coyote Kennedy in this game, but unfortunately, because of what happened, he won't be playing, and he may not come back at all for this season. Um, what I also would like to see in this game is more contributions from the bench. more contributions from the other guys on the team. Because during that three game, burst where we saw Kendrick Williams and DeAndre Williams go off, we didn't see that much production out of the supporting cast, you know. And I would like to see that change in this game, man. Can it get those guys involved? Can those guys catch fire from beyond the arc? You know, can they effectively rebound in this game and get second half shots, second chance buckets? You know, let's get other players involved like the Lawson twins. Let's see Demario Franklin get involved in this game. Because I think he was playing pretty well. You know, to get Memphis in that position to get into the tournament. You know, let's see how everything plays out. But for my scoring prediction, I got Memphis winning this game by a score of 81 to, I would say, 71. 81-71. Memphis win this game and they will go on to play Purdue in the next round of the NCAA tournament. Because I think they'll win that game against their opponent, which is a high seeded team, a lower seeded team, but I don't think Purdue is gonna have any issue. So we'll see everything plays out. I got Memphis winning tomorrow and going to the next round, and they'll defeat FAU, Florida Atlantic, by a score of 81-71. So I'll be back tomorrow after the conclusion of the game to provide a recap and of everything that took place. So there's that. All right, that's all I have for y'all for right now. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Give me your prediction scores in the comment section below. And also check out strike7sports.com for latest content on the Memphis Tigers football and basketball program, the NFL, the NBA, the Memphis Grizzlies, and much more. Have a blessed night. Peace. I'm out. Enjoy the game.